Yep. Okay, what we've done here is we've cut out and marked a 7k loop. After all that stuff I was talking about, race pace, you know, conserving your energy over distance, thought this would be good practice. So we're starting with a fairly steep downhill. It's always bloody hard turning the last bit. And so I guess I'm going to try and practice what I preach, which is not using too many revs, focusing on traction and conserving energy as much as possible, as if this is going to be, I don't know, a 2-hour, 3-hour event, something like that. And one thing straight away these tighter corners brings into question is when should you sit or stand? And when we did our Chris Birch training, he was saying any corner over 90 degrees, sit down. There's a rough rule of thumb. And we've done a bit on when to sit and stand, just some suggestions that we've picked up from other guys. And one thing I am noticing, as you might remember, I've got this Motos hybrid tyre on the rear, and it's pretty hard getting traction on the steeper climbs now. Heaps of rubber on it left. I reckon conservatively I'd get 2,000 kilometres out of it. But tight switchback. But once the leading edges are rounded off, similar to a knobby, your grip disappears a fair bit. She's still good. Yeah, so this Motos hybrid is, yeah, great tyre for longevity, but you will lose a bit of grip when she rounds off. So parts of this loop are fairly flowing, but for the most part very tight, and it's all bloody up and down. These downhills used to freak me out, but I haven't lost control on one yet, so I've got a bit more confidence in them now. One of a few straight bits and semi-flat. Whoa! Hidden rocks in the grass. That's always a good reason for keeping your weight to the rear and the front wheel light when you're expecting it. It's a tricky corner. You need to use that berm coming uphill to get your drive up here, because it's very bloody slippery, and I'm useless on berms at the best of times. Little downhill jump. Another one. We did a vid ages ago on minimizing air when you're jumping. Jumps look good, but in reality most of the time you want to spend as little time in the air as possible. Whoa, losing it down there a bit. I normally don't talk too much because I get distracted, but I figured like that. But I figured with pacing myself that'd be handy, knowing I'm not getting too out of breath, which I am, being an old bugger. It'll be, you could do these a fair bit faster, but it's such a steep drop off down there. Lars is out riding with us today, and the guy's bloody fast, and he's been cutting all these berms, which if I'm smart I'll use, even up here. This is where the Motos is really struggling to get going again. Come on, baby. Change up gear as soon as I can to get traction. Third gear. Way more traction. Then stand. Use the legs as suspension. Get comfortable with the rear wheel in the air, of course. Get more grip then. That was just a little pose wheelie then though. Okay, more downhill jumps. They're sharp little buggers. These switchbacks I'm not much good at. They're downhill. A few of the other guys slide into them and just rocket out of the little berm, but beyond me at the moment. But whenever I'm following them, they pull well ahead of me. Every single time they nail one of those. Another downhill. Very loose and slippery. There's another berm. More switchbacks. These are the ones where I use Birchie's thing definitely, and leg out, up on the tank, but I'm still shit at it. Another switchback. So these left-handers, I should be able to slide the rear end, but I fuck it up every time. Very easy to power slide out of there, little jump. Another switchback. There's heaps of them here because it's so steep. More little erosion mounts. Slide the rear wheel in, that was a bit better. I take this log very slow because I'm running such low tyre pressures. Another tricky little one, you want to use the berm here. Get your speed uphill, straight into a switchback. Whoop. Second gear. Use the berm. Third gear. So hard to get traction. Finally an uphill switchback. Very rubbly. And they've put a log in here, and this is one of the things where you do need to pace yourself. I mean, my technique's fallen to shit now, and instead of trying to do it properly, I'm just happy to do the bash plate technique. Take 2 seconds longer, but I'm pretty sure once I'm a little bit tired, I will fuck it up. So still trying to use the lower gears along here. And again, just a little rocky climb coming up. I just find I need to save a bit of energy or I'll definitely stuff it up. Here we go. Second. Lots of loose rock, but surprisingly grippy if you aim for the rock patches. I'm starting to sit down there because I'm getting buggered. breaking up these bits of film in case the SD card cracks up from the longer files. Slightly faster bit. Little uphill berm here I had a lot of trouble with. Like that. But if you get it right, you can really rock it up this hill. Up to 4th gear, just trying to get the traction. So the 300s are good. The little 250 wouldn't have pulled the lower revs up here. And that is the end of a loop, and I have a reasonable amount of energy, which is good, so that would have been a good pace for doing a few multiple loops.